This week at City Hall, City Council will finally be deciding on one of the most important issues that's before it this term: what to do with the eastern stretch of the Gardiner Expressway. There are two options that are on the table. The removal option removes the entire Gardiner east of Jarvis Street. The hybrid option would keep it over to Cherry Street, where it would meet up with the Don Valley Parkway. It's a very complicated debate, but as I see it, there are three main factors to consider in making it. One of them is money. The hybrid option is about $458 million more expensive over 100 years than the remove option. But there are other factors. There's $170 million in city land that would be freed up by the removed option for sale to developers that could be developed. That would be revenue for the city. In addition, there's a private developer named 3C who has land that the hybrid option wouldn't allow him to develop property, and he says he'd be looking for $30 or $45 million in compensation from the city. That brings the total cost difference up over $625 million, and that's not including development fees and property taxes that would be collected when the land is developed. The second major factor is commute times. City projections show that with the hybrid option, commuters would, on average, get downtown 2 to 3 minutes faster. But there's reason to believe that the delays might not even be that long. There's a phenomenon called traffic evaporation that seems to happen whenever people remove expressways. But let's say that the maximum expected average increase in commute times is 2 to 3 minutes. That's a factor to consider. The final factor, though, and what I think may be a decisive one, is what kind of city we're building. If you look at the area where the Gardiner Expressway and Lakeshore Boulevard cross Cherry Street, that's really where the crux of the city building argument begins. Cherry Street is right at the mouth of the Portlands, which is ripe for massive redevelopment. There are plans on the books for the development of the Keating Channel right near Cherry Street that would see it become a sort of a major boulevard, a gateway between the main city downtown and the revitalized Portland. But if we implement the hybrid option, what we'll have here at Cherry Street is actually not a major boulevard. What we'll have is the end of the expressway. Given that the redevelopment is so great and the commute times are another major factor, it might be a very close decision, but I'd still choose remove. But when you include the fact that the remove option, which allows the beautiful redevelopment of the Cherry Street corridor, is $625 million or more cheaper, I don't think it's a hard decision. We should remove the Gardiner Expressway east of Jarvis Street and build a better city. For the Toronto Star, I'm Edward Keenan.